Hello, and welcome to day 11 of Selena Says Stretch. Today we're going to flow a few moves together into a little series. So this will take about 16-17 minutes. So find some time for yourself. Revisit the notes in this post so you can get yourself situated and started. And when you're ready, we shall begin. So we are now in our comfortable seated position with any props that we may need. Arms and hands are relaxed. Spine is lifted and tall, shoulders relaxed, head balanced on top as we work on our breathing. Inhaling through the nose every chance that you can. Exhaling through the nose or the mouth, whatever works for you. So let's take a moment to focus on that breathing. I would invite you to do a count of 3 for the inhale and a count of 3 for the exhale. And if that's working for you, I would invite you to increase that count to 4 or 5 or maybe even more. Don't let me limit you. If you're an experienced exerciser, you may have a bigger breath. We're going to keep working with that breath as we add in some head movements to start warming up the spine, starting at the neck. So as you exhale, we're lowering the chin down to the chest. With an inhale, head lifts up to the sky. Remember, no pinching or tension in the neck, just using a small range of motion that feels safe. And just moving back and forth between those moves with your breath. Inhaling up and exhaling down. The next time your chin gets down to the chest, we're going to add some neck rolls. We're going to take the chin to each shoulder. When you get to the shoulder, there's a slight lift. Chin rolls across the front of the body, lifting up to the other side. So we're exhaling as we sweep across, inhaling at the sides. If it feels right, you may want to turn these half circles into full circles. If you recall, we inhale on the top half of our circles and we exhale on the bottom half. Next time we get back to center, we're going to pause, and then we're going to circle the opposite way. Again, checking your posture, relaxing your shoulders, making any adjustments you need to. As we work our way back to neutral. Taking a moment here, we're going to start rolling out the shoulders. Your circles may be big or small. It's going in one direction. When you're ready, circle them around the other way. You may want to make this bigger by placing the hands on the shoulders and rotating those elbows. Going around one direction. Trying not to lose your breath. It might get a little more shallow because you're working, but make sure you're not holding your breath. We'll go one more circle around, dropping the arms, relaxing the hands, and we're going to move into the spine. So as you inhale, I want you to lift the chest, lift the heart, lift the head, creating a very gentle forward bend. As you're exhaling, we're pulling that navel into the spine. Think of making it like a rounded back, like an angry cat. And then we're going to open up again. Open and breathe. Inhale. Draw it in as you exhale. Inhale and lift one more time. I'm going to exhale and release. And now we're going to imagine that our spine is taking circles based off of our tailbone. So our tailbone stays grounded. And just start rotating in one direction. Circles can be big, circles can be small. They can be very exaggerated. Just do about 5 circles in one direction. And change, go the other way. All these subtle moves help to loosen up the hips and the spine, get your blood and your lymph fluids flowing, oxygenate and energize the body. From here, we're going to move into some lower body movements and some more full body movements. So we're going to just shake the legs out for a moment, getting ready to change positions. So let's take that right knee and bend it in, left knee, bend it in. Both feet pointing to the left, both knees to the right. Adjusting your sitting bones. We're just going to warm up the spine with a real simple twist. We have a bigger twist coming up, so this doesn't have to be a big move. Just flowing back and forth. And back to center. We're going to move into a deeper side bend. So the right hand is going to stay down and the left arm is going to lift. And I just want you to bend at the elbow and create like a flowing movement. You're going to inhaling and lifting, exhaling and folding. Just do this a few times. If you find a spot that feels like a good stretch, you may want to stay there. Or you may feel like you want to just keep flowing. Whatever you're doing, we want that left hip to stay down, grounded. So I'd rather see you be here with the hips down than to be down here, but your hips are lifting up or rolling. So find your position and we'll hold it for one more breath. As we slowly lift up. Just take those hands behind you for a moment. Lift the chest, simple little back bend as you take a deep breath. Relaxing the legs as we repeat that on the other side. Taking a moment in between, just letting the body rebalance. And we're changing the legs so our feet point to the right and our knees point to the left. Always readjust your foundation. All your poses build from the bottom up. So connecting with the earth, whether you're on the floor or on the bed. And we're starting with that simple twist again, just gently flowing back and forth. Your body doesn't always need big, extreme moves to get the benefits. So with yoga, you're going to get more flexibility by practicing 5 or 10 minutes a day. Not every day, but most days. You'll get more benefit from that than you will from 1 hour once a week. We're going to go back to our side bend. Left hand stays low, right arm lifts. And again, I invite you to start with that flow. Just flowing into the side bend. Starting gentle and easing deeper with each exhale and each bend. And you can continue to flow, or if you find a good stretch, hold it and breathe. Both hips stay down, stay anchored. And as I said before, I'd rather see you up here with a good foundation, hips down. If you start rolling or tilting, then you might be in a little too farther than your body's ready for. And we're going to lift back up. Got our little back bend to come, hands behind you. Shoulders roll back, heart lifts, head lifts, and you take a few breaths. Lifting out. I'm going to go in right into another flow of 3 moves per side. So we're going to extend this right leg out, our left leg's already right in position. We're going to go into a forward fold. If you remember, you might have a towel under your knee, under this knee for support. If you are more flexible, you may want to try flipping this leg around. So the left foot is back and the left knee is forward. It's a challenging move and it's not for everybody. So you have options here. Inhale, lifting tall. If you need more of a stretch, start folding forward. You may not need the fold. That may be enough of a move for you. But remember, our legs stay active, feet are flexed, breath is moving. Belly to the thigh, whether you're helping to lift the thigh up to the belly. You have plenty of options here to make this pose work for you. If your knee is bent, we're just going to slowly work on straightening it over time. Flexibility does not come quickly. It takes consistency and it takes a practice. I'm going to stay here for another breath. We're going to slowly start lifting up. We're going to exchange the legs and move right into our next move. So this right leg stays here, left leg, knee facing up to the sky. We're moving into our seated twist. Foot stays to the inside of the leg or crosses over. Again, we want to stay grounded through the hips, so choose that position. We're going to hug this knee into the belly. So we want to make a connection there, belly to thigh. If you're curvy like me, that happens a little more naturally than you thin folks. Left hand can be behind you for support, or you can use your core strength. Again, this move is for you, so either way is fine. If you remember, we start our stretch from the bottom up, and we keep breathing as we're twisting. On an exhale, we're rotating back to the front. We got one more move here. We have our hip stretch for the glutes and the piriformis. So, ankle crossed a leg, or back into this position if it works better. And we have this option. We have the bent knee option, or the leg folded under option. So pick whichever of those moves is working for you. So I'll work in reverse just as a reminder for you. This is our most complicated move. Ankle, knee, knee, ankle stacked, feet flexed. Our next simpler move is with the right knee bent, hands behind us to support. Next simpler move to that, straight leg on the ground, ankle on the thigh, and the basic move, foot on the floor. So one more breath, whatever position you're in. We're going to unravel the legs, untwist, unwind, come back to neutral. And we get to do all those moves on the other side. So this time we have our left leg straight, right foot tucked in. We have our forward bend, supporting the knees if you need to use some props. Flipping this leg around if you need to add some challenge. Finding your sitting bones anchored to the floor, spine tall and lifted, shoulders relaxed. As you exhale, we're folding forward or lifting the knee. So if you're in this position, that's great, that's fine. You're getting all those benefits of massaging your internal organs. And over time, you will lower your prop or just work on straightening the leg a little more. Even if you don't feel it, on every exhale, you're sinking a little further. So really let that exhale happen. And if you get down and it's too intense, you can always ease yourself back up. Or if the pose doesn't feel right at all, you can always substitute something different or just wait for us. We've got one more breath here, and then we're going to start to move into our twist. So again, we move very slowly, lifting up. We're going to take this leg, right knee to the sky, foot stays to the inside or crossed over, hips stay anchored, feet stay flexed. Hug that belly into the knee. Hand behind you for support or stays lifted. As you begin your twist, rotating from the bottom up. Are you still breathing? Inhaling and exhaling. Just helping your body release all those toxins that may be built up. Make sure you drink some water after this series just to encourage that detoxing process. One more breath. We're moving into our outer hip, the glute and piriformis stretch. Again, we've got our levels. Foot to the inside, ankle crossed at the thigh or the shin, left knee bent or straight, using those hands to support you. See, watch when I slump down, no good. Heart lifted, head lifted, shoulders down. Push down into the floor, stay engaged. Or even crossing that bottom leg under for a deeper stretch. And you don't have to stay in one of these moves. You can flow in and out of them like I just demonstrated. Holding your breath and holding your pose and letting your breath flow. We never want to hold our breath. I'm going to take one more breath here, wherever you are. Work on releasing the legs, unwinding. Stretch those legs out. I'm going to take a few cleansing breaths to close our series. I'm sitting with legs extended, but you can sit any way that feels good. Let's take a few deep breaths together. If you want to use the arms, you can, but you don't have to. Or inhale, lifting up. Exhale, hands float down. One more time, inhale, lifting up. If you want to take the head and gaze up, that'll help create a little back bend as well. Exhaling down. One more time, we're going to inhale, lift up. Exhale, we'll all meet back in prayer. And I want to thank you all for joining me today for this series. Namaste. May you know joy. May you know peace. May you know love. Thank you.